Let me tell you what really happened the last time you got a regenerative injection. You walked into a clinic. You handed over a serious amount of cash, money you'd set aside, money you maybe didn't have. You rolled up your sleeve. And in a back room, a technician spun a tube in a machine that nobody ever calibrated. Then they injected the result into your body and told you to hope. That's not medicine. That's a casino. And you were the one at the table betting your own biology on a game whose odds nobody would show you. I'm Dr. Gurpreet Padda. For 30 years, I practiced at the intersection of interventional pain and metabolic medicine. I am a clinical reanimateur and a disruptor. I'm going to tell you something the industry will not. When your orthobiologic treatment failed, it probably had nothing to do with your body's ability to heal. It was the lottery ticket. I think of a man who came to us. I'll call him Robert. Robert flew into St. Louis from Denver, and he sat down across from me with a folder. Inside was the paper trail of his hope slowly dying. 3 PRP injections at 3 different clinics, thousands of dollars. Each time the same script, let's see how you do. Each time the same silence 6 weeks later when nothing changed. And then the sentence that followed him like a diagnosis, well, Robert, maybe your disease is just too far along. He started to believe it. He believed his body was broken. I stopped him right there because I had already seen his folder. And I could tell him with confidence that in 3 expensive procedures, not one single physician had measured the one number that determined success. Here's the secret. There is no universal standard for how your injection is made. None. No agreed upon centrifuge speed, no standardized tube, no mandated spin protocol. 2 clinics on the same street charging the same price using the word PRP can produce 2 completely different biological products. One is therapeutic, the other is expensive water. You are trusting a word, PRP. A 3-letter acronym doing an enormous amount of lying, because when there's no standard, it describes the marketing on the wall, not the syringe. The assembly line model treats your tissue like a commodity, a unit to be processed, coded, billed, and moved out the door. It optimizes for the clinic's workflow, not your biology. The proprietary kits were often designed to be easy for the provider to use. Fast, idiot-proof. They were not necessarily designed to deliver the maximum biological benefit to you. Your knee, your shoulder, your spine is not a commodity. It is a living, specific biological system. It deserves to be treated with the precision of an engineer, not the speed of a factory. So let me ask you, when you got your injection, did anyone measure the final platelet concentration? Not estimated, not assumed, measured, because if they didn't, they were flying blind. Most standard clinical labs physically cannot measure it correctly. They are not built for high concentration solutions. You need specialized hemocytometer systems built for this purpose. If your physician isn't validating the dose with the right tools, then therapeutic concentration is not a fact in your chart. It's a wish, and you do not build healing on a wish. I have the temperament of an engineer trapped in a physician's career. I am obsessive. I don't find comfort in, let's see how you do. I find comfort in numbers I can verify. At regen.md, we establish a target threshold. If we don't hit the number, we don't inject, we stop, we recalibrate, we do it again until the biology is right. We don't guess. We don't perform a procedure simply because an insurance code exists for it. We perform it when, and only when, it has a real chance of working. That is the difference. To fix the terrain, we must analyze the biological soil. We look at LDL-P, TNF-alpha, IL-6, and HS-CRP. These are the strongest predictors of chronic pain and meta-inflammation. We look at visceral fat, the strongest metabolic predictor of chronic pain. We prioritize metrics like the metabolic score for visceral fat, METS-VF over simple BMI. BMI is a relic. We address metabolic psychiatry, brain energy failure. We look at the leptin mechanism and the gut-brain pain axis. Your pain is connected to your metabolism in ways no one told you. Now let's talk about the time tax of ignorance. Every failed low-value procedure doesn't just empty your wallet. It steals a piece of the most limited resource you own, your time. It's another season you didn't get down on the floor with your grandchildren. Another year you told your spouse, maybe next summer, about the trip. That's the real bill. Robert paid that tax for 2 years. 2 years of his one life spent as an experiment for clinics that never measured what they were doing. That is why I am so intense about this. Stop looking for a better injection. Stop looking for the flashiest kit or the clinic with the nicest lobby. You have been asking the wrong question for years. The question is, Who understands the biochemistry of what they're putting in you and the metabolic state of the body they're putting it into? That determines everything. The fidelity of the intervention is the dose real, and the readiness of the host is your body even in a state where it can use what we give it. We treat both as non-negotiable. We take a forensic approach. We apply legal and scientific standards, Daubert Rule 702, to your biology. We don't fall for the normal MRI trap. We look deeper. We utilize SGB under mandatory ultrasound guidance to reset the sympathetic nervous system. We use focused ESWT for tendinopathy and class 4 lasers targeting cytochrome C oxidase. We follow an orthobiologic hierarchy, PRP, MFAT, platelet lysate, BMAC. Each injection is done with sub-millimeter precision under power Doppler guidance, no guesswork. You can have the most perfectly measured dose, but if we drop it into a body that is metabolically on fire, those growth factors get neutralized. One without the other is theater. So we do both. We identify the signal of your pain and intervene with precision, and then we fix the terrain. Together, they're medicine. That's the protocol Robert needed. What happened to Robert? We told him the truth. We looked at him with data, not judgment. I saw that relief when he realized he wasn't the problem. The system was. We prepared his biology. We fixed the terrain. We hit the number. And Robert stopped being a statistic. He started being the author of his own biology again. The guessing stopped. If you're done being an experiment, done buying lottery tickets, it's time to change the game. We are in St. Louis near the airport because patients come to us from everywhere. When you walk through our doors, you aren't buying an injection. You are stepping into a system where your outcome is calculated. Stop gambling with your healing. Reclaim your sovereignty. Come to regen.md, regen.md. Let us show you what is actually happening. Your sovereignty is waiting. Come and reclaim it. Fix the terrain. Reclaim your life. We also address invisible injuries like MTBI. Concussions are functional injuries missed by standard CT and MRI. We substantiate them using biomechanics and objective data like GFAP and NFL. We look at the shadow consequences, PTSD, marital strain, medical debt. We cite the long-term labor market consequences because chronic pain is a systemic disaster. Our peptide therapy includes the Wolverine stack with BPC 157 and mitochondrial restorers like MOTSC and SS31. We target the telomerase and the Hayflick limit for longevity. Muscle is the organ of longevity. It is your body's primary metabolic sink. Preventing sarcopenia is essential for glucose regulation and structural integrity. We fix the sink. We address endorphin bankruptcy. Chronic opioid use shuts down your natural pain relief system. We help you reset that balance and reclaim your body's own healing power. We perform procedures in office without routine sedation. This allows for real-time sensory testing and reduces costs while ensuring the highest level of precision. Pain is not a diagnosis, it is a signal. Fix the terrain and you fix the signal. That is the Padda protocol. That is the regen.md, regen.md difference. Our 18,000 square foot facility near Lambert International Airport is ready for you. Stop being an experiment. Start being a sovereign seeker. We are waiting for you. Regen-md, re-gen.md, fixed terrain, calculated outcomes, reclaim your sovereignty today. Book your forensic audit now at www.regen.md. Let's get technical. If the spin is too fast, the shear forces destroy the very growth factors you're paying for. If it's too slow, the concentration is too low to trigger healing. Precision is everything. Most clinics use kits designed by marketing departments, not biochemists. They optimize for a one-size-fits-all solution that fits exactly no one. We reject the industrial medical model. Meta-inflammation is the silent killer of your orthobiologic results. We stabilize mast cells and modulate histamine. We treat the trigeminovascular mast cell axis. This is deep medicine. We target mitochondrial retrograde signaling. We restore brain energy and lymphatic clearance. We look at the body's internal plumbing and electrical systems as one unified grid. We utilize metformin and GLP-1 agonists to regulate your metabolic sink. We advocate for elimination diets and Mediterranean protocols. We treat the biological soil from every angle. I am an Indian immigrant who grew up in the St. Louis projects. I didn't come this far to practice assembly line medicine. I came to disrupt a broken system and reanimate my patients. Reclaiming your metabolic sovereignty is not just about a joint. It's about your life. It's about the ability to move, think, and thrive without being a slave to a signal that no one else can fix. Come to Woodson Road, escape the hospital industrial complex, sit down with a polymath who actually cares about your data. Let's fix your terrain once and for all. Regen.md, regen.md. The Padda protocol, your life, reanimated by precision engineering. Stop guessing, start fixing. Book your consultation at regen.md today. Pain is not a diagnosis, it is a signal. Fix the terrain. Regen.md, regen.md, St. Louis, Missouri. We'll see you in the clinic. Sovereignty starts here.